Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. And tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors. They'll go up again. DA, it's all yours.
Well, for a team that
Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors, but we know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, DA. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's Harrell in at the 5 down low. And for the Warriors, in at forward, it's Thompson and Green. Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, roaming the paint. Beverly for 3. Early on, Brent, what are some of the intangibles you look for in a team that may be taking the next step?
First of all, is the player who's returning that's shouldering most of the responsibility, is he any better than last season, Kevin? Has there been some growth in his game? Secondarily,
the great ones always grow.
They always do, and they're really sharp usually coming out of summertime, and they're ready to go. The second thing is, has the roster been tinkered with a little bit or tweaked a little bit to enhance what it is that the skill set of the star player is going to provide for their team throughout the next 8 months of the season?
Russell finds Thompson. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. And Green slams it in.
Always got to keep your eyes up. Make sure you see open teammates, and Clay did it that time.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. That ball, nice speed that time from George.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Curry on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Pass to Thompson. To the middle. Here's Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
A 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley Stein loves to play rough down low.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here. George with the bounce pass. Fires from the wing. Again, Leonard missing.
D giving him that shot, and it's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Curry with the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
Consistency from the distance that Steph shoots at, I think, is one of the more astounding parts of his accuracy from the three-point line.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Russell passes to Cauley Stein. Back to Russell. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. The pass to Russell. 5 to shoot. Cauley Stein kicks to Curry. From deep. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. Pass to Beverly. That ball's nice speed that time from George.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Curry passes to Cauley Stein. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Outside Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 6 points.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Here's Green over Leonard. That misses off the backboard.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
It was the gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
And for Steph Curry, certainly one of the best to ever play. Iguodala said last season, Brett, that he's already the second best point guard to ever play in pro basketball.
Well, high praise from Andre Iguodala, and why wouldn't you talk about Steph that way? You tally up MVPs and titles and his impact on the game and what he's done to change the way the game is played. The case for Steph Curry to be the top point guard ever is getting stronger and stronger every season. The guy that he's going to have to knock off the top of that shelf, I think, for most everybody who's been basketball fans for a long time, is one Magic Johnson.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him, they appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Leonard against Green. The second chance effort. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Great fundamentals on the glass, as well as great instincts. Leonard always seems to be in the right spot.
Different look here for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Draymond Green. Robinson's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Alec Burks subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Lou Williams. Here's Curry. No good there off the double clutch. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Tries again. Robinson with the block. Here's Curry. Here's Looney. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists in the game. And it on the wing. Second shot opportunity. It's tipped. And now here comes Robinson beating the break. Curry's shot is off.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Marcus is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Curry against Beverly. Pass to Green. Shamet with it. Passes it to Beverly. Back to Shamet. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Curry deciding where to go with it. They double-team Curry. And the pass to Looney. Here's McKinney. Back to Looney. The shot's good. Looney's got his second basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Beverly against Curry. And that one is good. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Looney with the bucket. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Pass to Shamet. Now Green. Burks covering. It's hauled in by McKinney.
And already they've taken out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the back end.
And the basket is good. He's got a chance here for one more at the line. The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the evening. And that one falls for Robinson. 27 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Shamet. Pass to Green. Burks with the steal. And around the break. For the finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Beverly. There's the steal. So it's the Golden State Warriors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. Steph Curry talks about the visual drills
It's a cognitive and neurological drill.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Beverly and Shannon in the backcourt together. Green is out there with the Zubats. And it's Harkless into the small forward position. In the corner, Shannon with it. Los Angeles with another miss. Warriors leading by 10. They double-team Curry. Harkless with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Beverly with the ball. That shot no good. Some solid defense from Robinson.
Well, for so long, the Warriors have been a great shooting team. I don't see that changing as long as Steph and Clay are pulling on jerseys for the Dubs. You think about the Splash Brothers backcourt, their unselfish style of play, sharing the ball. This team has represented good to great over the last 5 years in a way no other team has.
Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Here's Green. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. And the Warriors last year, Brent, top 3 in three-point shooting once again.
How about that? The 5th straight year that they've been a top 3 team from the three-point line. Not really much of a surprise given their shooting prowess. Some of their attempts would be bad shots, Kevin, quite frankly, for any other team. But that's elite marksmanship from Golden State.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Alfonso McKinney. Klay Thompson comes in for Robinson. And it's Russell in for Steph Curry. Passes it to Looney. Back to Russell. From deep three-point range. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Paul George on top.
There were so many nights when he controlled the game through his defense. Not a surprise to see him ranked at the top.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Williams with the ball. Now Green defending. From the stripe. Williams can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 9. Thompson inside. Defended by Harkless. Also inside. Working on Williams. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And the little wrinkles in Russell's game at that time with the sweet update.
With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization that help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most. And that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Can't make it a distraction. Williams with the ball, and Burks picks him up defensively. And Rooney sends it back. Russell kicks to Thompson. The pass to Looney. Williams against Russell. Pass to Burks. 6 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Williams outside. That one doesn't go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
Green with the rebound.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Cans the 12-footer. George has got his second bucket of the night.
You always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
Russell passes to Burks. Thompson outside. The feed to Green. Thompson surveying the floor. Shoots over Leonard. Empty that time from Leonard. Clippers trail by 12. Lets it go from deep. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago. About 80% when they got to run.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Beverly's checked in.
The second overall pick back in the 2015 NBA draft. Russell having earned his first All-Star game appearance in 2019.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader, truly a special player.
Landry Shamit's checked in for Los Angeles, and that one's good. Beverly.
And doing a much better job from three-point range than they were in the first. So it's going to help them chip away at that lead.
Now, here's Burks. He's guarded closely. Can't get it to fall. Clippers trail by 10. Oh, Leonard in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Thompson inside the line, and that one's on target from the wing. And the Warriors lead by 10.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Burks. Empty that time from Leonard.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. Outside, George. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Draymond Green. Last year, getting it done. He was around 7 points per, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. And every team needs a good backup big dispel the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Zubac finds Beverly. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That's on D'Angelo Russell. And Brett, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
Now, Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through that.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Thompson. And Robinson III comes in for Alec Burks. And Curry subbed in for Russell. 32 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Zubac. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Curry against Beverly. This one for 3. Curry shot is off. Here's Shamet. Off target with his 3. And Green puts up a deep 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Jones. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They've got the 7-point lead. Jack, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
They came out with the right mindset. That's what I'm talking about right there.
And that's going to do...
If you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Russell and Thompson, the perimeter. Green and Cauley Stein are down low. And it's Curry in at the point. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
A Sacramento King for his first 4 seasons. Willie Cauley-Stein was ready for a fresh start. They allowed him to leave, and he got his wish in Golden State. The athletic rim runner, a nice pickup for the Dubs.
Beverly dishes to George. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, it's nice to see Paul George make a read, be in the right position to collect that loose ball and do something with it.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the handshake.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating and the rest of the guys sort of shoveled off in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed with the way the league is going.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes. It's definitely a better game in terms of the movement.
A shot by Curry, no good.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 10. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. On defense, the Warriors. Harrell, the pass to Leonard. Beverly looking around. Leonard finds George. coverage. Harrell, good on the bucket. Harrell's got his first bucket of the night.
He's going to keep coming and coming. Montrezl Harrell, relentless.
Williams against Russell. Thompson from long range. Good on the three-point shot. And the Warriors lead by 11.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. Harrell kicks to George. Off target from the wing. Warriors leading by 11. It's Curry with the drive. He scores a sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein in great position to reject that shot.
Curry against George. Pass to Looney. Back to Curry. Kicks to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. Taken away by Williams. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Pretty good at coming up with steals. Last year, Lou Williams averaged 1.1 a game. That's a pretty good streak when you got that kind of speed.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
Here's Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 17 points for Steph Curry.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And last season for the Clippers, it was a collection of smaller guys who played big.
And they're very effective with those kind of lineups with shorter, very effective offensive players out there. And Lou Williams being a catalyst for what they were doing, coming off the bench and providing a spark. You know, in the fourth quarter, there was always an opportunity for the Clippers, if the game was close, to rely on Lou Williams to get the job done.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Robinson comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Burks in for Russell. A shot by Looney, no good. Clippers trail by 11. Here's George. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. George has got 11 points.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Looney. And the rejection by Harrell. Burks against Williams. Here's Harrell. Takes it off the glass.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
Warriors leading by 7. Outside Curry. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in. For Los Angeles, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. And the foul called on Kevon Looney. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Harrell, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Williams. Off the inbound, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. Looney's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Curry. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He's that good ball from the line since halftime.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
It's pretty amazing Steph's road to becoming the man for this team. I mean, he recognizes in games when he should push the action and when he should pull back, and just constantly plays unselfish basketball to elevate his team's success.
Zubac finds Harkless. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Curry. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, 27 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
Yeah, he shot the lights out all year long from a variety of spots on the floor. Love that versatility.
Harkless hits them both. And with the departure of KD, the Warriors able to bring in D'Angelo Russell from the Nets in return. Greg, how do you like that fit for Golden State?
You know, offensively, fits the high skill level they're known for. Defensively, it might be tougher, but his youth, another positive as their other stars enter their 30s.
Curry against George. Curry kicks to Burks. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists now in the game.
How about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Shamet the pass to Zubac. Back to Shamet. Outside, George. Pocket 6. Shoots from 14. That's good on the jump shot. George has got 13.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
Curry against George. Puts it up. They double it with Green. Here's McKinney. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Stephen Curry.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Burks. Shamet finds Harkless. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Warriors with the rebound. Looney's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players have ever done that in league history.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. Passes it to Green. Back to Curry. Feeds it to Green. It's stolen by Green. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And the shot goes in. George has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers. Curry against George. Curry passes to Robinson. Back to Curry. This is to Green. And there's the pass to Looney. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
George looking over the floor. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot? Incredible.
Resourceful move there in the interior on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So for the Clippers right now, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point. And it's George missing. Warriors leading by 8. Russell kicks to Green. Beverly against Thompson. Down low. Cauley Stein. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Taking contact on the way up. Cauley Stein going through it that time.
George against Curry. Fires from the line. The shot by George, no good.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Cauley Stein aggressive inside, putting the defense on their heels and in a tough spot, staying engaged.
Everly with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And stolen by Russell. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Curry on up the court. Leonard with the steal. Here's Beverly, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Patrick Beverly's going to come at you every night. Just an inspiring player that way, and daring the defense to get physical with him on that play.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Landry Shamet. Curry passes to Cauley Stein. Back to Curry. Cauley Stein in the post. He's defended by Hill. And there's another turnover by the Warriors. Clippers trail by 10. Inside, here's George, and the shot goes down. George has got 16 points here in the second half.
Well, you can depend on Paul George to shoulder some of this offensive load. There are times where this team can turn over the reins to him, and he capitalizes that time.
Thompson for the triple. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. 3 on 3. Nobody near Leonard. Warriors with the rebound. It's off the Charlotte format for this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Of size and reach and timing, that's all Montrezl Harrell. They're throwing that one out.
Russell looking around. Here's Thompson.
Now his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Clippers trail by 8. Now Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Over Green.
Now that's all right there because Draymond angled his body so well defensively and altered that shot.
The shot comes out. Big D that time for Harrell.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Here's Russell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Lou Williams.
Interesting to see the Warriors not be prohibitive favorites coming into the season. You still have to give the Warriors a lot of credit for the run they've been on. 5 straight finals, something that we haven't seen since the 1960s with the Boston Celtics.
And for the Warriors, a new opponent in the finals. First time, Brent, they didn't face the Cleveland Cavaliers.
First time, no Cleveland, and first time for the Raptors appearing in the finals. And those injuries, Kevin, quite frankly, just too much to overcome. Very unfortunate to not see both teams at full strength at the most important time of the year.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. I love boys.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
Thank you, David. And counting, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution. And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
A shot by Thompson. No one's around. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Klay Thompson. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. 7-point differential. And it's sent back by Russell. And he's able to get it back. It's good.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one.
To the inside, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. Clippers trail by 5. Williams looking around. And it's Williams again missing. Greg, you talked about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shuttle himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
Timeout called the Warriors. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Steph Curry.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Russell dishes to Thompson. Count the basket and the foul. That's on Lou Williams.
Is a potential game changer. Thompson maintaining his calm and coming through.
And here's Leonard. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 2 points from the bucket from Williams.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Russell with the bucket.
Yeah, the leadership skills on display there. Getting it done when it matters most. D'Angelo Russell.
George against Thompson. 14 feet away. The shot by George, no good. Warriors leading by 4. Russell passes to Thompson. And 2 free throws coming up. And able to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Lou Williams.
When you think about some of the great street shooters in the history of the game, Klay Thompson put up 37 points in 1 quarter. Let's go streaking.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Williams.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
And George, here we go. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Green, the pass to Curry. And it's good for 2. Curry's got 23.
Jalen Green, he plays with attitude and plays with force, and his teammates appreciate the unselfish approach he has.
George against Thompson. Now here's George. Defense is right there. Good work there as it goes.
PG playing behind the pick and roll, able to use his size. Pretty good decision that time with the basketball.
Outside. 1:15 left in the 4th quarter. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Curry with the 3. His 50th try is a miss. Now 9 for 15 from the floor. Outside for George. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Russell dishes to Thompson. To the middle. Here's Curry. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Oh, man, the baby-faced assassin stepping up right there. Such a great score, and what a situation to step to get it done.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. George, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
The one thing about Willie Cauley-Stein is you don't really use the word length with him. You talk about his mobility and just how athletic as a big he could be. That activity can be disruptive to any team they're playing against.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Hero missing.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot? Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Curry gets the bucket.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Russell finds Curry. Beyond the arc. Got it.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy. Huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for me. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Bailey, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.